Gotcha. So, we referenced it a little bit earlier, sleep being a very
Yeah.
critical factor. What did your sleep end up being like? How many kind of sleep
Yeah.
moments and breaks did you kind of take? How long were they?
Sure. So I slept the first night, the end of the first night, I slept like an hour and a half or something like
Hmm.
that, or maybe just an hour. And the second night about the same, and then the third night a little bit more. So I got about just shy of 6 hours over the 90 hours that it took me total
Yeah.
to do it.
One question I have is, what is it like to get back running after that? Like coming out of a sleep, you obviously can feel a little more rested, but
Yeah.
you feel, I would imagine, stiff. How is it getting back into the
Wasn't
go
as
mode?
bad as I expected it was going to be
Okay.
totally honest. Um I think this is the mental component that like it's hard to lay down when you know you're in a race.
Yeah.
And so
You're like, just get this over with.
well,
Right.
because you're like, my competitors are still going. I mean,
Yeah.
even though you know in the back of your mind they have to sleep too or they have to
Yeah.
stop, but all you're thinking about is people are moving,
Yeah.
I'm not.
And
so,
coming from someone who's used to the top of the front of the pack,
correct.
right? Yeah.
And I'm used to races that I can run the whole time, so I'm not
Yeah.
used to this mental side. So mentally, when I got done with my sleep, it was actually I was pretty engaged. Like let's go, let's go, let's
Okay.
go. So the body was it took a quarter mile to lubricate the joints a little bit, but mentally I was jammed to get moving again.
So did you struggle with sleep at all? Or you feel like it kind of went as planned or better even?
So what I learned was my biggest challenge was the planned sleeps worked really well. The length of them worked really well. What I would do differently was be more willing to, once I got very sleepy on the trail,
Mm-hmm.
be willing to just lay on the dirt for 10 minutes and take a nap. Because what I realize is that when I get sleepy, especially at dark and rocky, I go very, 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 very slow. Like I get into self-protect mode,
Yeah.
and I lost a ton of time just going like 20-minute mile pace because I was sleepy.
Do you feel like you probably should have slept earlier
So
or
I think
more?
I should have just been willing to, as soon as I felt sleepy, just literally take what's called a dirt nap, just lay on the
So
side of the
just listen to
trail,
the body.
take 5 minutes.
Fluff up that rock.
Yeah, like take 5 or 10 minutes, get
Mhm.
that and then that 5 minutes could get me to the truck where I was going to sleep anyways
Mhm.
because we had my camper with me, right? And I was so hyper focused on the bed and the camper is 5 miles ahead, just get there. Even though like I look at my times, it's like, man, like that 10 minutes of napping could have saved me 10-minute miles times
Yeah.
5 versus forcing myself to move at a sludge pace.